up getting clocked in the eye by one of the federal agents, and then they started tear gassing really bad.
A temporary restraining order just granted minutes ago in Oregon's favor in the lawsuit to block the deployment of National Guard troops in Portland. This comes after violence earlier this afternoon out front of the ICE building in South Portland. Confrontation starting between protesters and federal agents. Chemical gas deployed. Hundreds of protesters out there on Southwest Bancroft, which is still closed, as the agents were trying to clear a path earlier for vehicles going in and out of the ICE building. Welcome to KOIN 6 News. I'm Lisa Balick. Now, within the last few hours, a federal judge in Portland has ruled in favor of Oregon's request to block President Trump's order to deploy National Guard troops to Portland. The case for a temporary restraining order heard yesterday in Portland. Oregon's Attorney General argued the call-up violated the U.S. Constitution that limits federal law enforcement getting involved in domestic law enforcement. Now, the federal government countering that there is a danger of rebellion, so the president has the right to call in the Guard to protect the ICE facility and staff. But once again, the judge just about an hour ago issuing a temporary restraining order, saying essentially that no, you cannot deploy the National Guard here. But this decision is expected to be appealed. Now, over at the ICE building in South Portland, several rounds of tear gas were used by federal agents against protesters there. Now, we are going to check in with our Ariel Salk, who has been over there all afternoon. Ariel, tell us what you're seeing, and I understand there have been some arrests.
Yeah, so we just saw, there was a lot. There was 2 people have just been released within the last 30 minutes from ICE custody, which was well received by the protesters. A lot of applause and cheers as they were released. One was the organizer of a march from earlier today. We continue to hear these automated voice speeches from, or announcements, from the ICE agent building, warning people to get out of the street. You can see a lot of these protesters are currently in the street area. Some were blocking the road, but right now it looks like actually Portland police is up there. They're warning people to get out of the street. Otherwise, there could be severe consequences. We're also hearing to, not get onto the ICE property. We have seen in the past what appears people being arrested for crossing a kind of a blue line right down in the cement. Now, federal agents took several protesters into custody using several rounds of multicolored tear gas against a crowd of hundreds who gathered for a demonstration in front of the ICE facility after a march starting at Elizabeth Carruthers Park to the facility. KOIN 6 spoke with one of those protesters who says the tear gas came as a shock.
A lot of people were not prepared, and a lot of the people are new today. So a lot of new people that were not prepared for tear gas. We had elderly people in the group. It's, during the daytime usually tends to be calm. Like I said, we haven't been tear gassed since like Labor Day, so I was not expecting it at all.
At this very moment, we are seeing some federal agents exiting the building, pushing the crowd aside to allow several SUVs exit the ICE building. We're watching, them drive away. Some of the agents are kind of confronting some of these protesters. So you're kind of seeing, we're taking this live shot of us. You're seeing this line of protesters, and along that are some National Guard agents. We're going to continue bringing you the latest on air and online at KOIN.com. Lisa?
Ariel, say National Guard agents. Are you seeing members of the National Guard there at this point?
We are not. We have not seen any National Guard out here. We are seeing Portland police, as I mentioned. There's a few on their bicycles up here. There's some people, Portland police over here and back kind of towards the Tesla building. And we're also seeing these federal ICE agents, but we are not seeing any National Guard at the moment.
All right, thanks, Ariel. Keep us posted. And again, Bancroft closed down.